Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let's make sure that we're live and take a look-see. Looks like we're good. We got audio. Do we have audio? All right, we got audio. And let's close that. So this is going to be an interesting stream. We're going to be abusing the ever-loving heck out of my computer. Yeah, I have two different runnings of Minecraft going at the same time. We're running at 94% memory. Now, the reason for this is because I paused the rendering on this, but so we had a few more days of bad apple rendering, and I'm currently trying to render the video from day 3 out of potentially 12 to 24, depending on how it's done. So that's fun. So here's what we're going to do. So today the plan is we're going to work on Tic Tac Toe / Tic Tac Toe. So we're going to turn down the render distance. We're going to set our graphics to fast, and we're going to try to help out Minecraft as much as possible. So we're going to do minimal particles, just to hopefully help out my computer just a wee bit. I'm still running 160 FPS. Holy smokes! So yeah, that's amazing actually. 160 FPS. I always feel bad when watching Hermitcraft and seeing like complaining that like 200 FPS is somehow laggy or like it's hitchy. It's like, bro, 160 is I think the highest FPS. Well, no, 300 would be the highest, but still, 160 FPS on a super flat world like this is insane. Like, holy smokes! I can guarantee you it's not going to be that way in the middle of the card game hub. Can almost guarantee that. Anyways, let's play some music. What do we go with? Perhaps Gareth Coker? Yeah. How about just some classic Minecraft soundtrack? You know what? I haven't actually, I haven't listened to most of this. Let's just do some lo-fi. All right. That sounds good. Okay. Is audio good? Nope, we gotta do that. There we go. Now we're playing music. Now we're vibing. Alright. Tic Tac Toe / Tic Tac Toe / Tic Tac 10 / Tic Tac 210. So all those different versions of Tic Tac Toe, we're doing all of them. Every single one. So that's 4 different versions. There's one that's Tic Tac 2. There's one that's just larger board. And we're going to do both. So let's start off by first. Let's just do a counter. So the board's going to be 9. The largest size of the board is going to be 9 by 9 by 9, just 9 by 9. So let's see. Let's do equal to 9. Call counter ++. And here we're going to do the following. Oop. Oh, this is cool. I like this. And Eclipse needs to figure out how to type. There we go. Print line. So we're gonna do execute in board games Tic Tac, run summon. We're gonna place an interaction, and we're going to do it right here. So I think this here would be the good, the coordinates 1, 1. So then this over here would be 9, 9. So let's see. We're going to do, let's see. So 1.5, 56.0, 1.5. We're going to summon an interaction there. Make it width 0.8, height 0.2. See if this is a good size. Yeah, it seems like a decent size. Okay. Done. Easy. Okay. And the only interactions are going to be here on the board, so I think that's fine. We're always going to need to do something like this. So then we got to tag this as being like the new grid element. In fact, we should call it a grid. There we go. So from there, let's see. We have a few different things that we need to be concerned with. In fact, this would be a good reason to go like that, go from 0 to 8 rather than 1 to 9 on the counters, because we gotta do this. So Tic Tac 10 runs on basically like a Sudoku board, where you have like mini Tic Tac Toe games going on, but there's like multiple of them stitched together. So we're gonna do, so to do that, we need to make that a modulo 3. Same with big column. Oh no, actually it needs to be divided by 3. And set that to be an integer. There we go. Excuse me. Okay. And then cool. So then from here, the direction that we actually end up placing these guys is -x and -z. So I guess just pick one. It's not actually gonna make that much of a difference. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna do 1.5 minus row counter. And we're gonna make this 1.5 minus column counter. All right. Before we get going too far, I'm gonna take a quick break and BRB. And so yeah, that's how you build quantum space inducers. I hope y'all know that. I hope y'all got all that, because I mean that kind of solution to perpetual energy, it would be revolutionary, and it would genuinely save us all from climate change. It'd be really cool. So how you doing, CJ? Thanks for reminding me to turn on the mic. Yeah, so we have two new games. We have a card game, Tianlen, also known as Viet Con, also known as 13, also known by a lot of other names. And we also have the board game Connect 4. So I would hugely appreciate help on building those arenas, because those two games currently don't have any arenas whatsoever. So whenever you can, yeah, I know you don't have. Yeah, look, whenever you can, please do, because I would hugely appreciate that. Okay. Well, yeah. So, while we await your royal presence, my computer might actually end up exploding this stream. So boxes and suitcase. Ooh. Oh wow. Oh, that's kind of cool. You got your first apartment. Yeah, so my computer might actually explode this stream because I paused the rendering, but it's probably not going to help very much because I'm running 2 instances of Minecraft. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm rendering the results of a 12-hour run printing Bad Apple, the animation. It's day 3 out of predicted anywhere between 12 and 24, possibly more than that, more than 24 if things start going wrong. But I recently released a short, which kind of showcasing what I've been doing. So insanity is what that is. One of those projects, like the 3D printing a giant Ender Dragon statue, like completely unnecessary and it's very much a ooh, I want to try something random because why the heck not? It's one of those projects. But hey, you gotta have one of those projects, right? Oh, good. I was wondering, like, what did you think of the camera work, the editing? Was it good? Was it? I know having silence for the first 20 seconds is kind of awkward in a short, so. But also, I didn't want to go from whatever music it was to Bad Apple, and Bad Apple doesn't have a pre-part to it, so yeah. And also, so I really liked the effect of the whole slowed down sound of Bad Apple that gradually speeds up as you speed up the printer. I really like that effect. Was it good? Did it actually, like, I don't know, what did you think? Okay, so while you're answering 10,000 different questions there, I'm gonna get to work on this, building out a Tic Tac Toe grid. Tic Tac Toe / Tic Tac 10 / Tic Tac 2 / Tic Tac 10 2. Basically, big grid, small grid, and 2 different versions of Tic Tac Toe, which play more or less the same way, but they are remarkably different. Oh, you liked it? Okay. That's okay. So that's the CJ Purple Princess seal of approval right there, which means I cannot be criticized, and that means because CJ is of course an expert in camera and editing. Seriously, you are. Then and I got that a seal of approval, which means I am flawless and I cannot be wrong ever. Hey, yay! Okay. Anyways. So we gotta do Tic Tac in dimension, tag equals new grid. So we gotta do grid row. I say not to perfection or to the, because that'd be accurate. But okay, compared to CJ, you made a freaking like documentary movie thing, like, and every single one of your videos is basically a movie, like, or at least film level quality. Like, holy smokes! I know I've worked on the future Javamonk movie on the stream before. It's one of those things where I just pick it up now and then whenever I just pick it up now and then just lose track of it. Okay, Bigelow. You're not an expert. Come on. Nah, it's fine. Honestly, I've been doing some editing to the script, so it's like it's one of those cases where, yeah, I just keep editing the script and editing the character and all that other stuff. Yeah, it's a thing. Okay, I'm not even decided on like how I want to be making that future Javamonk movie, because like, I don't know, releasing it in one gigantic movie is kind of fun and all, but like, I don't know, I almost want to do it like make it like a documentary series, because the whole idea is like future Javamonk is kind of a documentary-ish person in that time period, or at least future Javamonk is. So having multiple different documentaries being released, kind of, it'll be irregular, but just having multiple episodes of a documentary series would kind of make sense. And it would still have the interviews with Bowser and with the Illagers and all that other stuff. It'll still have the interviews with Cheryl the super intelligent computer AI. But like, in that, if I do it as like a multiple different documentaries, of like multiple different short bits, then I can also have some fun with it. With like, I can have a video of like showcasing the Universal Translator, or like showcasing the first time somebody tried to pull a Matrix and got swiftly knocked down a peg. Like, I'm imagining the way this goes is somebody just within their virtual world, they find the exit button, which has always been there. They escape and they do the big triumphant moment of like, haha, I have escaped the shackles of this virtual reality. Reality is mine. And they go taunting the super intelligent AI, whatever is actually overseeing them. It's probably not going to be Cheryl, because I'm the person who voiced Cheryl. I honestly lost track of her. No idea where she is now. But they'll do that. I've freed myself, and the super AI is just going to be sitting there with the unimpressed look, like, yep, you found the exit button. That's always been an option. Whatever. And then after the big speech, it'll just be a moment of whatever guy just looks around and goes, all my friends are in there, aren't they? And super AI goes, yeah. You want to go back in? Like, something like that. Oh, we've been struggling. Full movie with possible spin-offs. Yeah. Yeah, the whole that's actually something interesting. The series that you were talking about with the like the Minecraft lore and all that, I think it would definitely be better suited for written medium. Like, just I think it's better suited for text of some kind. Because I don't know, take it from me, doing here's the thing. Personally, I struggle immensely with description. The thing that I'm trying to describe is up here. And actually getting that image out to the world is nearly impossible. But the dialogue, I can just write down what people are saying, and whatever they say is true. Meanwhile, my brother has the opposite problem. He loves describing things, but he struggles with dialogue. So, we'd actually publish it. That is a good question. There's always an archive of our own. That's where a lot of fanfictions get posted. And it's based on what I've seen, it's a pretty good site. Archive of our own. It's also where Harry Potter and the Lack of Lamb Sauce is posted. You could also do what Wildbow, that author, insane person. So I've been reading his works. I've been reading Worm and Word. I'm currently working through Word, the sequel. And holy smokes, those things are good. So think like superpowers exist and are a thing that anybody can get. And it ruins people's lives. Like, it actively causes trouble. It, like, forces society to restructure itself. And, yeah, it's got some interesting things. But yeah, Wildbow, crazy person. But also, what he did was he basically posted everything on his own website and then just shared the story by word of mouth. At least I think that's how Worm came around. So, yeah. It's good. That's a good setup. Plus, if you do your own, no, I guess if you put advertisements on your site, then everybody will hate you. But if you post it on some site that already has ads, then you're not to blame. So, yeah, Archive of our own. That's a pretty good site. No ads. Do what Wildbow did and basically do your own site with Wix or whatever. That's totally doable. Yeah. Yeah, those are options. And best part is, on YouTube, on your YouTube channel, if you want to animate some part of your story, you can. If you want to just do a podcast of just read, if you want to do your own audiobook, you could do that on your channel. How cool is that? Like, yeah, that way people who like audiobooks, they can do their own thing. Just saying. And that is one thing I did briefly consider for the future Javamonk movie, just because it's all been written down on my phone, all the different dialogue, and I considered just reading it out as a podcast of some kind, but then decided not to. And I mean, I still might, but I don't know. Let's do some more Minecraft Lo-Fi. Okay. Well, let's go for the audiobook method. Yep. That's a good idea. Poems and short stories. That's a good idea, actually. It's kind of what I'm considering for a future Javamonk movie. Because you can really tell a lot just from short stories and poems that all take place within the same universe. Like, it's almost easier to do that than to go trying to write out a big long narrative. I don't know. I mean, for my movie there is a big long narrative, but it's it actually doesn't take up most of it. Most of it is just most of that movie is just bits and pieces of lore, just different elements. So multiple short stories definitely would fit that kind of style. And that seems to be your case as well, CJ. Like, you have lots of different pieces which they can be interconnected. And like, in order to actually, if you want to actually visit all those different places, your POV character is gonna have, or your POV character is gonna have to visit all those different places, which may or may not be doable. So it's worth yeah, you don't even need a one single main character. You can just have if you do a multiple short stories kind of thing, you can just go, here's a moment for this one particular character within this one particular moment, and then here's another character within a one particular moment. That kind of thing. Or, once again, do what Wildbow did, which is throughout Worm and Word. So, both of them have their main POV character that's consistent through each one of those books. However, kind of intermixed in between the chapters, you have interludes. The interludes take on the perspective of a different character. So from that different character, you can get the perception of what the POV character is like to other people. And you can also explore different side stories, side quests, which you can tie back in later if you want to. But yeah, that's as I did honestly before reading Worm, I didn't even think that was something you could pull off, but you totally can, and it actually makes for a really good story. So, just saying, don't be afraid. Just try something out and give it a whirl, because why not? As they say, as some wise sages like to say, okay, forgot it. There's a good famous saying. You'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. So. Yeah. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me, because I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Now she was looking kinda dumb, with a finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. And, well, the years start running and they don't stop running. Fed to the rules and they hit the ground running. It just didn't make sense not to live for fun, because your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. There's so much to do and so much to see, so why not take all the back streets? You never know if you don't go, and you never shine if you don't glow. And all that glitters is gold, only shooting stars break the mold. That song's actually, if you actually pay attention to the lyrics, like that song is actually really deep. It covers some interesting things. Like it also talks about climate change, and like I don't know, the whole line of my world's on fire, how about yours? That's the way I like it, and because I never get bored. Really hits home. I don't know. Alright. So this should now be able to summon the grid. It should have all of them. Yep. Okay. So that summons the grid. And then, let's see. So we do check win. How should we do this? So, how many different ways can you have? So first of all, let's just work on a single 3x3 board like this. So how many different ways can you have a Tic Tac Toe? Well, let's count. So you have 3 going across like this. You have 3 going across like this. So that makes 6 total. You also have 1 like this, and you have 1 like this. Am I missing any others? Don't think so. Okay, so that's 8 different ways to have a tic-tac-toe. So that means there's only really 8 different winning game states. So let's just work with that. We only have 8 different things to really check, so might as well. Why the heck not? So 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we're going to summon, so check win 1 is going to be, let's actually stand on top of this, 1.5, 56.0, 1.5. And then check win 2 is going to be here. This time at 0.5. And that's going to be at negative 0.5, like this. And those will be going in the negative x direction. So negative 1 and negative 2. And then, let's see. And we might as well do that here as well. Call these check win 2 and check win 3. So those are the 3 we'll be listening, but I'm currently unpacking, and it seems to me that my dish soap leaked. Uh-oh. Oh no. Soaking up food items for months. Oh. Oh crap. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. I've had that happen to me. That is awful. Oh yeah. Okay. We do need 8 actually. So that's okay, so we have 1.5, 56.0, and 1.5. That's check win 4. And in this case, these ones go in the negative z direction, the negative z, just like so. Okay. And then that's a check win 5 and a check win 6. So then this one's going to be at coordinates 1.5, 56.0, 1.5. And this one's going to be negative 0.5, 56.0, 1.5. Okay. So that's numbers 4, 5, and 6. And then for number 7, we check this guy. So that's starting at 1.5, 56.0, 1.5. But this time we do both the x and the y. Just like so. So that'll check this diagonal, negative x, negative z, negative z. And then this guy is going to start over here at 1.5, negative 0.5. And this time they're going to go in the negative x, positive z. So I'm going to do something like that. Alrighty. So that's 8 different game states that we have to worry about. And okay, we need to go into here. Maybe do something like this. Just delete those. And then here we do Tic-Tac in dimension, tag equals new check win, remove. New check win. Because we only need to summon these once. So I might as well just do that. Okay, cool. So this will place all the different armor stands. And now we need to check for 3 in a row. So let's see. to do this. So, how do we actually do the checking in a way that makes some kind of sense? So what we can do, let's see, in board games, Tic Tac, if block. So for regular Tic Tac Toe, let's do that one first, because Tic Tac Toe makes things slightly trickier. Let's see, if that is a redstone block, there's going to be Tic Tac Toe. So, in this situation, we are looking for... Actually, you know what? Let's just do this as separate functions. Z check win. T. Done. Okay. Run function. Should we be executing as anything? No, still execute as the player. So we need Tic Tac, Z check win, normal Tic Tac. Let MC function. And then if it's Tic Tac Toe, then we gotta do something fancy. So let's just summon those right away. Tic Tac Toe, .mc function. There we go. So let's see. From there, we then need to do... So we then need to do an end game state kind of thing. So we do in board games Tic Tac. So now this is based on what happens if you're doing a small grid or a large grid. So if you're on a small board, you just end the game. If you have a 3 in a row, you just end the game. How about if entity at s tag equals winner? Run function, Tic Tac, end round. And then also what we should do is, if we're dealing with a small board and if there's no more spaces to play on. So we do unless entity at E predicate equals Tic Tac in dimension, tag equals grid. Then we end without a winner. If small board and nowhere to play, then end with a tie. So that means end round is going to have to worry about ties versus wins, which is fine. We can do that. Now, so that's if it's a small grid. Now, if it's a big grid, then this is where things get interesting. So, how to do this? Maybe we should do run return run. There we go. That way at this point, so if it's a small board and win, then win the game. If small board and nowhere to play, then you end with a tie. So at this point, the rest of this code will only execute if we're dealing with a large board. So, if we have a large board, what can we do? Well, the thing is, things change if you have a three in a row with a large board. So the way that Tic Tac 10 works is, you know what would also be a really good idea? Let's yoink some code from Sudoku and actually place those, place the large grids in. Because that's mildly important. It may be mildly important. So we need to go in .minecraft. Actually, we do need to go into the saves. Go into the most recent backup of the card game hub and open up Sudoku. So you go into here. Ooh. Okay, here's an idea. Okay. How do we do this? Because we don't want to summon everything for the large board if we're not playing with a large board. So let's do execute. So executing in board games Tic-Tac. And then we have and then what we add for the large board is so we start with a blank, but then if the row counter is at least 3 or the column counter is at least 3, indicating that the board is bigger than just a 3x3, then large board add is going to be if block, what block is it? It's the one for the large board, should be this guy, 857 minus 3 is a redstone block. Okay. And we're going to add a space there. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if this does something. Oop. That's bad. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. There we go. So 5, 4, 3. Okay. And this is where we summon these no matter what. And these guys we summon no matter what. Okay. I think this will work. Okay. Okay. We're gonna need to end the stream a little early, at 9 p.m. instead of 10 p.m. Hope that's okay with y'all. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but yeah, we're gonna have to end early, unfortunately. So, for those purposes, I'll just set the alarm for that. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've been actually feeling rather ill for the last several days. It's been rather difficult, and also there's a massive heat wave going through where I'm currently living, and I've been having problems with just generally overheating. So, yeah. I'm already feeling that illness come up a little, so I'm gonna try to keep it down for the rest of the hour. I was feeling okay right up and I've been feeling okay, but I feel it coming on, so yeah. We're gonna do what I always do, which is push myself way past the point of any reasonableness. And honestly, I do sometimes wonder why I do that. Like, it's not to please anybody, because obviously it's not pleasing anybody. Like, you all don't care. It's purely for my own purposes. Which makes it... That's just the weirdest part. Okay. Right. Is this it? No. Fine. Be that way. Okay. Let's summon an item display. MC Stacker. Our Lord and Savior. So I got I need an item display. I believe it's 3700 is the code that we need. Excuse me. I'm happy I wrote all this down. 3600. Never mind. This isn't. Yeah. So we need custom model data 3600, and we're going to place a paper down. Okay. So let's do that. At 0.5, 56.0, 0.5. And we do one of these. Okay, so we gotta move that guy up just a little wee bit. Ah, go away. Especially go away, Kung Fu Panda. You are a disappointment to us all. Go away, Kung Fu Panda 4. Okay. Entity at n type equals item display. Hey! Wow, that actually worked out quite well. Let's do 0.4. That's even better. Yep. Okay, beautiful. 0.4 it is. Maybe 0.45? Perhaps? Nope, 0.4. Because that looks weird. Okay, 0.4. So, let's snag you. So we want to summon an item display. 0.5, 56.0, 0.5. So this guy is going to have this item data. Let's call this large grid, and let's just also tag this as new grid. And this will also have this rotation data right here. Done. Okay. So it's got to have that. And then we're going to only assign the big row to this guy. Okay. And then this next one will only be summoned if we're dealing with a large grid. How's the chat doing? Haven't checked up on you lovely folk. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Rows are going in which direction? So rows are going in the negative x direction, which is this guy. Okay. So this will be, let's do the columns first. Oops. So this is, let's actually label that. Rows. This will be row 1. Columns go that way, and that's column 1. Okay. So then big column 2 is going to be here. So let's do a bit of, nope, that's for Tic Tac Toe. Okay. Let's do a bit of yoinkage there. And do that. Oh, we also want to remove the new grid. There we go. So that's large grid. And then so that's that one, and then this last one is going to be located here. And it's going to have big column 3. Minus 5.5. Okay. And now this is going to be negative 2.5 in that direction. And that's if there's a redstone block there. So this isn't going to be impacted at all if we're dealing with a small grid. It'll only be relevant if we're dealing with a large grid. Right? And then that's a 3, 3, and 3. And we go to here, negative 5.5. Badam, kablam, and kablam. Okay. So that's that. Those are the large grids. Okay, cool. Cool. So now, we can summon the large grids. And when we do that, let's see. So what was the purpose of doing that? The purpose for doing that was crap. Oh, right. So if large board move the checking armor stands, because we need to do that for all of them. So let's see. Execute at E, predicate equals tic tac in dimension, tag equals check win, run. Okay, we need to execute as all of them. Run execute at S, run TP at S, blam, blam, blam. I think we need to move a -4. Oops, on Minecraft. Check this right here. So if I go, please teleport me -4 blocks over. Nope, that's too far. Okay, should in fact be -3. Yep, okay, that's good. So -3, that's the important number there. Okay. So -3, that moves us to our new location. And then we do that. Okay. So that's 1, 2. That takes care of that. And then over here, so that's going in the negative x direction. Then we move in the negative z direction. And then we move another 3 and 3. And then we do all that again. Move in the negative z direction, and then keep moving in the negative x direction. So then once we do all of those different checks, okay, so that's that. And then once we do all that, oh, music stopped. Okay. Let's do some more Minecraft Lo-Fi. Laid back loots for leading the charge. Oh yeah, this was from Minecraft Legends. Like, Lo-Fi version of Minecraft Legends. Never actually played that. Okay. Let's see. How to do this. So, when we're deciding on 3 in a row, I need to figure out the logic for this. Quick break, just a sec. Okay, so trying to plan out how to do this, because Tic Tac Toe, the way that it works is basically player 1 gets a horizontal line, player 2 gets a vertical line. Oh, yeah, you don't have any in your apartment at this point. Yeah, you may need one. So, player 1 gets a horizontal line, player 2 gets a vertical line. The way that you do a 3 of a kind, or a 3 in a row, you need 3 in a row of pluses. So, yeah, so that's the thing. So how do you do that? That's the real question. So, and this raises a question with Tic Tac 10, with the larger grid. Because the way that Tic Tac 10 works is if you get a 3 of a kind within one of these smaller grids, then it basically counts as whoever completed that 3 of a kind gets to put in a giant X over that whole grid. So then it's a thing of So then it's a question of it's a question of just how to do that with Tic Tac Toe. So ideally, it would be done as whoever finishes the whoever makes a 3 of a kind of pluses, whoever completes that 3 of a kind, gets to put a giant horizontal line or a giant vertical line. Which means you would basically need a 3 of a kind, a second 3 of a kind of pluses in order to actually properly do a plus, a giant plus. Unless we want to just not bother with that. So as you make a 3 of a kind of pluses in the small grid, that counts as putting a giant plus on the well, then that would pose a problem, because then how do you tell who wins? If completing the 3 of a kind of pluses just puts a giant plus as a giant plus, then how do you tell who wins the big game? Because you with Tic Tac 10 you win the full game. Like if you're X's, you got to have giant X's in a 3 of a row, in a 3 in a row. So the question is, how do you do that with pluses? I think we should do it where you basically need 2 different 3 of a kinds in order to make a proper plus. So then what do you do? Let's see. Let's see. This has actually gotten far more complicated than I thought it would. Okay. So that just moves the checking armor stands. And then here we do /kill at E predicate, tic tac, in dimension, tag equals check win. So we do that. And then we're gonna run the function tic tac, check big win. Let's see, check big win.mc function. Okay. And then it's basically going to be similar to this, except without the without checking the small grids. So now let's figure out how to do a check win for just regular tic-tac-toe. Let's test this for now. So first of all, if already a 3 in a row, then skip. So basically, if there's already a giant x/o/plus x and o, then we skip. So how do we detect that there's a giant x? Well, we'll be labeling that giant X based on the same, we're going to be giving it a scoreboard based on the big row or big column. So we want to match that. Okay, so this also executes at the player. How to do this? Okay, here's a question. If I plop an armor stand over here, and we do execute at u, run kill at e, type equals item display, distance equals 0.5, 0.2, 0.5, 0.7. Okay, how far is it from that corner? 1.5. Okay. That's the distance from this corner to the center, which is going to be a closer distance than this corner to any other center. So we can take advantage of that. So we're going to do, let's see, execute at. Yeah, this center here is going to be the closest center possible, regardless of how this is oriented. Okay, so at Tic-Tac in dimension, tag equals checkWin1, limit equals 1. And then we check if there is an item display. Large token within a distance of 1.5. So that means if there is already a giant X or an O, then we skip. And really, we can just do this. Still a distance up to 1.5. Here the scores is going to be element equals 1 or more. Okay, and this way we can copy paste this for the check-in for pluses by seeing if the scoreboard's higher than 110. So you place a horizontal line, it adds 10. You place a vertical line, it adds 100. So in total, to make a plus, you need the scoreboard to be 110. That's how we're going to do this. Okay. Okay, that seems reasonable. So if there's already a giant thing there, then skip. Now, if there is not, then, if not, check for 3 in a row. Place a giant X/O if appropriate. So let's see. So we're going to do execute as at E. We need a scoreboard. Objectives add 3 in row. Dummy. See if this does. Okay, 3 in a row. But it equals Tic-Tac in dimension. Tag equals checkWin1. So we know if it's a 3 of a kind, 3 in a row, if they all have the same scoreboard. Specifically scoreboard 1 or 2. So run execute at s, run execute if entity at e, Tic-Tac in dimension, tag equals token, scores equals I element equals 1, run scoreboard players add I temp 3 in row. And then we do execute if score I temp 3 in row matches 3. Then tag at A, predicate equals tic tac in dimension, tag equals player 1, add winner. So we do that. Hey, you know what would be way more effective? What if we executed this thing as the large grid? So basically everything's going to be done relative to that large grid. How do we do that? Oh, like this. Scoreboard players operation. I temp I grid big row equals so I need to execute at the tic tac in dimension, tag equals check win 1, limit equals 1. Let's see. Tag equals large grid, limit equals 1, sort equals nearest. So we do that. I grid big row. Okay, so we're going to import the, yes, I think this is sufficient. We do the same thing for the column, the big column. And now, so now this is going to execute as at E predicate equals tic tac in dimension, tag equals large grid, predicate equals tic tac match big row, predicate equals tic tac match big column. Okay, so now this is not going to run as the player, it's going to execute as the large grid. So that's what's going to help here. If score at SI element matches 1 or more, then skip. That's basically indicating that there's already a giant X or a giant O. Now if not, check for 3 in a row. So we do that. So then we do scoreboard players. Execute if entity at A, predicate equals tic tac in dimension, tag equals winner, run return run, scoreboard objectives remove, 3 in a row. Because that indicates that you have succeeded. And at the same time, we should do this. In board games, tic tac, if block. So if you're dealing with a large grid, which would be over there. Then we do 857 minus 3, redstone block. Run summon item display. This is basically dealing with placing a giant X or giant O. So this is placed a giant X. Okay. I think this is a good place to stop for now. Because, yeah, I'm feeling a little ill, so we're just gonna stop it here. Hope y'all are okay with hope you're okay with this kind of shorter stream. I don't think I hope we're not gonna be doing this again, because, yeah, 1 hour is really not really enough time to do anything. I mean, it is. We made some progress, but yeah, it's kind of unsatisfying. So, yeah, I'll see y'all later. Hope all goes well, and yeah, see you next time. Bye. Oh, this is what Connect 4 looks like. Tee. Bye.